Alright, hello all you crazy people out there. My name is Dragonite, and welcome back to making a 3D RPG in Game Maker Studio, a series for which I still don't have a better name for. So the last video was a complete headache. I had to make some very simple changes to the movement system, and it took me almost like 45 minutes to figure out what I had to do to get NPCs to walk around on the overworld properly. And in this video, hopefully things will go a little bit more smoothly, and things will feel a little bit more productive. First, because I'm obsessive, I'm going to move this over to in progress because it is in progress, and then I'm going to open it back up. Let's see. Ensure location and environment systems are working as expected. What am I supposed to be doing next? Increase the effective size of the map by having the height and movement speed. Oh, okay. I can do that. That's easy. Um, First, let's see. Let's close out of all of these first. And I can finally get rid of this because I'm through with having trouble with the NPCs walking around, because that's a very important system that was very irritating to fix. Alright, how do I change the effective height of a character? I believe camera, I think. Begin step, because this is where this is... Where is it? Okay, so this is the title screen. This is first person, hook.z plus 25. I'm gonna change this to a variable called eye level. A constant rather, called eye level. And that's going to be set to, I said cut it in half, so how about 12? Oops. Let's cut it in half to, let's go with 12. And then 16 would be the height of an NPC's head, like the top of their head. Alright, it's also used down here. Again, height is this hook.height thing. First, I should probably get rid of the player.hook, because you won't be controlling any other entities. But for now, eye level, and how about head level is going to be 16. I have a lot of constants here in case you weren't like aware. This is also going to be eye level because you want the crosshairs to be aligned up with the character's eyes, not like the bottom of their feet or anything. I think that's all I need for that. I should also shrink the size of NPCs. Do I want to shrink the size of NPCs? Hang on, let me run the game first and see how this looks. I may have to recompile everything, so this may take a little while, again. Alright, the game has started. I'm much closer to the ground. This isn't too bad. I'm not objected to the movement speed. And it doesn't make the game world look that much bigger. I actually kind of like this because, like, dogs aren't that big. Chase isn't supposed to be a Great Dane or anything, like I said before, Labrador. And, chickens aren't that big either, and I don't believe milk snakes are that big. Let me go drag an NPC into the world, see how he looks. Hello. I kind of like this. I kind of like this. Technology's incredible. I'm glad you think so. It's not what I had in mind by increasing the size of the game world by just scaling everything up. And to be fair, that's probably not the best way to increase the size of the game world anyway. But I kind of like this because it puts my head closer to the ground, like an actual dog. As I stare over my shoulder at my actual dog, who's just like flopped over on the floor like roadkill. All right, I'm happy with this. If you're not happy with this, let me know in the comments and I'll make adjustments. But for now, I'm gonna actually check that off without doing anything to move speed and jump speed. Um, hmm. All right, so I think I can move this over to testing now. And was there anything else here? No, this is GUI stuff. This is graphical user interface stuff that I want to. I still haven't actually posted the last video that I made, so I don't know if I don't know how much people are going to want to see when it comes to making graphical user interfaces. Cutscenes. Cutscenes. Okay. I can't do all of these now because I'm going to need to actually implement combat first to do like seize combat and that sort of thing. Also, this is something that I didn't do before, but like player level and experience and stuff like that. Um, all right. I'm not gonna do I'm not gonna do a Skyrim-like system where stats level independently of each other. I'm just gonna do a general RPG system where you have experience points and to have a level and that's it. Um, I'm also gonna have to implement a quest system, aren't I? I have a feeling I'm going to spend a long time on this card, even though it looks like it should be fairly simple. Uh, Let me think. All right, first I'm going to go into class, as in character classes, and you are going to have experience. XP is going to be set to 1. I don't know what the I don't know what formula I'm going to use for like experience in relation to level. I could lift one from Pokemon. I could just use like experience equals level squared times constant or something like that. I'll worry about that later when it comes to balancing the game, which is going to be towards the end. Also, equipment, weapon is going to be set to how about items dot none. Oh, armor is also going to equal items dot none. I should go into const item and set the default item to be able to be equipped by anybody for anything. So that's going to be true, 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 and true. And all right. What else did I want? I'm going to move that in there. I'm going to move the things that I can actually do like right immediately towards the top. Add combat attribute. That's going to be like, I think I wanted those to be like bonuses to damage and stuff like that, like temporary stat buffs. End quest, add or remove health I can do, which is going to be similar to combat attributes, just with health. Equip or dequip item. Alright, these I can do. Data accessors, these are slightly different than cutscene statements, like cutscene commands. Um, these are for evaluation and branching statements. Let's see. First, I'll do experience. I should... Hang on. How do I put stuff on the game HUD again? I've already forgotten. Draw game HUD. Alright, so I'm gonna say draw set HAlign FA left, so it's not flooding off the screen. And I'm going to say draw text about 3264 and string of active.xp. So we know how much experience I have. And the first thing that I'm going to test, the first new command that I'm going to implement is going to be, where are you? Things, actual scripting, and let's say instead of, I'm going to copy jump because jump is pretty straightforward, and I'm going to say add XP. And this is going to take an argument, and no, this is going to take 2 arguments, character and amount. And instead of saying all NPCs of argument 0.a of 0, oh god, that's going to be really complicated for me to explain my cutscene system, isn't it? Alright, so if I go back to const cutscene, down here, you might have noticed when I was testing movement, I'm going to go back to my test movement script because that's the one that I've showed already. It's basically a list with a bunch of args, a bunch of arguments. Argument is an instance of I could consolidate this by attaching a name to the arguments. Arguments is a list of well, script arguments, and it doesn't do anything besides deactivate itself. And it's going to have an array. It's going to have a script one, which is the script that gets executed in every when the cutscene is running. For example, walk or talk or run around or jump or that kind of thing. and it has a list of parameters, which is just the array named A. And the list of parameters is basically this. It can take things like an NPC index, it can take a direction, it can take a true or false value, it can take a string if you want to display text on the screen or something like that. And each cutscene is basically a list full of those types of arguments. And when the cutscene is executed, the game just loops through this entire list and executes the statements in order. And then it's going to run some code based on the script and the arguments present, which is this. You pass it the argument set, and it can do things based on those arguments. For example, if I wanted to implement, what was it? What did I just do? Oh, add XP. Gonna copy that so it's named correctly, documented correctly. The character is going to be, for example, characters.joe or characters.chase or something like that. And var character equals all classes, because that's the name of the global array that stores those characters. And instead of saying classes.joe or whatever, I can say argument 0, 0 dot a of 0, which is going to be the first argument that I pass the script. And later on, I can get rid of this and say character.xp plus equals argument 0, come on, 0, thank you, dot a of 1, because that's the second argument. And what's going wrong here? Why? Oh, I need a semicolon there. Okay. And now I'm going to make another cutscene script, and I'm going to say, I'm going to put it, how about up here? It's going to be test XP, and I'm going to copy something down here. Where is it? This is my my section of test scripts. I'm going to copy test movement, instead say test experience, and we're going to make another cutscene script later on. Alright, the new value is going to be test XP. I'm going to duplicate one of my existing ones. Let's duplicate test movement, because I'm already looking at that one. Where is it? Alright, there's test movement. Let's duplicate this. It's going to be called test experience. I want to save the DS list create. And I think, I want to save the return statement too. I'm going to want to save a couple things in here, aside from like everything between the camera unlock and the camera lock. I want to save. Talk can be, what do you want to say? How about have some experience! Exclamation point. And then the script that you execute is going to be scr give, what is it? What was the script name that I just created? I think it was give XP, but I'm not sure. Add XP, alright. SPR add XP. The character is going to be chase, classes.chase, and the amount is going to be how about 10. And I'm going to need to go and clear the compiler cache, and I'm going to need to run this again, and I'm going to need to wait a minute. Perfect. Let's see how this goes. Alright, here we go. Let's go and add an NPC. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, this is, I'm drawing the chicken, partially, and I'm, like, looking through it. Alright, that's a little odd. Anyway, I need to add an NPC. NPCs are in here. And I need to go and... I should probably disable drawing the character and when in debug mode, because it's kind of distracting. Test experience, wasn't it? Good, test experience. And yo, have some experience. And then I have 11, because I started off with 10. Great, that works as it's supposed to. I love it when stuff works on the first try. It's so rare that that actually happens, but it's so satisfying when it does, you know? Anyway, let's go and close out of here. And real quick, I'm going to go and disable drawing of the character in debug mode. Where is player? It's, no, I don't want player. I want draw player. Right? Alright, so if camera.point of view is not equal to miscellaneous.cam first, and if I want to say mode is not equal to debug mode or something like that. Where is it? World. Hang on. Don't mind me. I'm just going to look up real quick. Miss dot. That's the debug panels on the side. Oh, that's the draw GUI event, not the actual draw event. Draw HUD stuff is what I want. Game mode stop. Alright, so world.mode equals game modes.play is what I want, I think. And world.mode equals game modes.play. Alright. So you're now invisible in debug mode, which is pretty much what I want. What else was there? I can check off this first one, give experience. Dog, I'm not letting you out because you're gonna bark. She's looking at me funny, I have to let her out. When I say looking at me funny, I don't mean like she has to go to the bathroom. She's just giving me like dog eyes and saying please in a very non-verbal way. You know how dogs work. Anyway, add combat attribute. Clear combat attribute. Add remove health. I'm gonna do health next. Because health should be relatively simple to implement. Where is let's see. Classes. I think it's just class, right? Yeah, it's just class. There's this combat stat health, and there's also going to be current HP equals 100. And I'm going to actually make a an indirect script for accessing player health, or accessing health anyway. And that's going to be in code, I think. I have things like add item, has item, remove item, that kind of thing, so that I can use that either in a cutscene or in like regular gameplay, like when you pick up an item. And I'm going to make one that's also add health. And add health is going to take a couple arguments. EALTH is how you spell it. It's going to take the character, and it's going to take the amount. And the character is going to be, as usual, all classes of argument 0. And character.amount.current HP is going to plus equal, no, it's going to equal clamp character.current HP plus argument 1. And it's going to clamp it between 0 and character.HP, which is going to be the max HP. So currently it would be 0 to 100. You can't have a health value that's outside of 0 and 100. And I think lastly I'll say if character.current HP equals 0, oops, 0, then there'll be some kind of game over screen, but I'll implement that later. Again, a fancy to-do note so that I know that I have to go back to it. Alright, or it won't be directly a game over screen. I have it planned so that if there are other characters who are alive, you'll switch out to them. Like the one character will go down, and if you're playing as that character, you'll switch out to somebody else. And if all three go down, then the game over. But I think in addition, where's a draw game HUD? Because I want to also draw not only the XP, but about 96 string of active dot current HP plus a slash plus string of active dot total HP. Okay, and I'm gonna make another script like add HP, but add XP rather, but it's gonna be add HP instead. And this is simply going to, instead of adding to XP, it's going to add to current HP. Nope, I want to say, I just made a script for this. Add HP, was it? Or give HP? What was it that I just made? Add health. Alright. Add health. The character is going to be the first argument in the cutscene script. It's confusing because I have the literal arguments to the script that I'm typing into here, and I have the arguments in the cutscene scripts, which are the things that you put together in the in this args function, and it's confusing. Anyway, the second parameter should be this. I don't need this line of code anymore. And all right, add health, script continue, and let's see, what do I want to clone now? I want to clone, I think, I just cloned this, so I want the cutscene. Actually, I'll just edit the existing cutscene. Cutscene test experience. Next, I can also say, I'm going to do this again, but instead of experience for health. I'm damaging you, exclamation point. And instead of XP, we're going to say HP. And let's go with minus 25. Okay. I'm going to have to clear the compiler cache yet again. And as soon as the game recompiles its old self, we're going to see what happens. Alright, here we are. No more drawing part of a sprite in the debug mode and having it look awkward. We're going to run up to you. You are going to be test experience once again. Alright, test experience. Hello. Have some experience. Why, thank you. I'm damaging you. And you haven't de-damaged me. I'm now down to 75 HP. Oh no. And if I do that again, I can do that a couple more times, and I'm at 0 HP. And I'm not going any lower, which is good. Alright. So this is finished. What's next on my list? Equipment, I believe, was next on my list. Add combat attribute, equip or decrypt item. This is going to be more complicated. I feel like I should... Alright. Part of me wants to leave this for the next video, but part of me wants to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Let's see. I also want to get into slightly more complicated cutscene scripting later because it sounds fun. I'm going to add a couple more lines here, and I'm going to say about 128. Current weapon is going to equal all items active.weapon.name. That is what that is what the variable name is called, right? I called it just weapon and armor. Yeah, okay, it's good. It's weapon and armor, and I can copy this again. And instead of active.weapon, it's going to be active.armor. And instead of current weapon, it's going to be current armor. And instead of being drawn at y equals 128, it's going to be 160, because that's the next multiple of 32. So for the time being, it should just say none. Right? Just making sure. Okay, good, it's items.none. I thought it might be like the keyword no one, which would cause an error when I run the game. Now. Should I call this like test combat instead of test experience? Because it's really more than experience right now. Let's see. First, I want to equip the item. And alright, what are we going to do? To test this, I'm going to say, do you have any false teeth? Because that's Chase's weapon. And now I'm going to get into branched cutscene scripts. This is going to be a little bit more weird. DS list add list arguments of scr do if, is it? I think it's scr do if. Alright, so this is going to take... Alright, this is what I'm looking for. Condition script, and I want get scr get has item, I think. How does get has item work? Okay, so it's one of the temporary variable registers thing. The variable that I'm going to set, I can set temporary scripting variables because I can't unfortunately just say if has item. I can't just write it like this because this will execute it as soon as the script runs, which is basically at the beginning of the game when the cutscenes are being constructed. So instead I have to go kind of a roundabout way of doing things. Okay, a really roundabout way of doing things. Args scr push raw into 0, and this is going to be items dot false teeth. Was it all capitals? Was it an underscore? Items dot false teeth. All right, and this is just going to save a value. This is going to save a value in the temporary scripting variables, which I can read later. So it's going to take a 0 because that's the variable number. And then getHasItem is going to determine whether or not you have the item that is stored in that temporary variable. And the condition is going to be equals true. And then if you have the item, we're going to say scr equip. And then we're going to say remove item, because it has to be removed from your inventory before you can equip it. Is that it? Alright, good, I think it is. And the arguments that this takes is an item index and a quantity, isn't it? Item index and quantity. Okay. Items dot false. If I can spell that right. Teeth. And the quantity is 1. Alright, and next we're going to want to do the same thing, because I can't unfortunately block multiple of these together. Well, I can, but it's not worth it for just 2 statements. scr equip. No, I'm going to want to do this first because it's going to remove the item, and then it's going to this is going to return false the second time. scr equip item and false teeth, and this should probably take what you want to equip and the character you want to equip it to. So classes dot chase, and okay, I'm going to have to go and copy this again. I'm gonna duplicate add HP. Instead of add HP, it's gonna be equip item. It should be equip weapon instead of equip item, because there's gonna be a different one for armor later. All right. And instead of add health, it's gonna be equip item. It's gonna take the character and the amount. Okay. Equip weapon, rather. Let's see. So to do this, I'm going to go duplicate add health, and do I want to actually remove the item, or do I want to have equip item handle that automatically? I kind of want to have equip item handle that automatically. All right, let's get rid of the remove item line, and instead of add health, it can be, what was it, equip weapon? All right. So it's going to take equip weapon to the character and item, and the character is getting saved as the character variable. And instead of this, we're going to say if character can equip argument 0 and argument 1, then remove the item, argument 1, and obviously 1 because you're not equipping multiple of them, and character dot weapon equals argument 1. And now I just need to write a script that says character can equip. Should I make that a one of these? No, not one of those. Should I make that one of, where is it? Equip weapon. Where's the what happened to the script that I was just editing? The cutscene script. Did I close that? Did I close the cutscene script? cutscenes, test experience. Yeah, should I save that as one of these conditions, like script underscore like get can equip? Kind of want to do that. Because I can use those on their, I can use these scripts on their own, they're just kind of awkward. Alright. No, because I have to pass it parameters, and that's going to be a pain in the neck. Alright, I'll just leave it as it is. Character can equip. Where was, I want to open this up. Good, character can equip. And this is going to take the arguments, good, it does. And if I'm going to want to say var item equals all items of argument 1. And since the item has an array, I'm going to say can equip weapon specifically, because I do want to keep the weapons and armor separate. Anyway, as I was saying, the items have an array. If I can remember what it's called. If I can spell it right and remember what it's called. It's just equip weapon, okay. And u.equip weapon of argument 1 is going to be either true or false. And I want to return that. I don't actually need the character variable. I could consolidate this into just all items.equip weapon if I want to save some code, but since I want this code to be legible because I'm recording it, I'll write it out like this. Alright, this should work. Equip weapon, character, item, and if you can equip the weapon, remove the item from your inventory and equip the weapon. And I guess I'll, should I test it first, or should I copy and paste to do the same thing for the armor? Because I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. I'm like 90% sure it's gonna work. And if it doesn't work, it's probably a relatively simple fix. So I'm just gonna do this now. Equip armor. And we're gonna duplicate equip weapon as well. And say instead equip armor. Alright. Change this to equip armor. Armor, not amor. And character.armor equals argument 1. Alright. And I have an idea also of how I'm going to handle dequipping weapons and armor. I don't know exactly why you'd want to do that through scripting, but I guess it's nice to have the option to do so. Alright, this is going to crash. I need to clear the compiler cache. That rhymes. Why did I say that? I never point out when things rhyme. That's silly. Anyway, clearing the compiler cache. And running the game. I've written a lot of code this time without testing it, and I hope it doesn't backfire in my face. Alright, here we go. I'm going to add an NPC. NPC, thank you. And your cutscene is going to be, once again, test experience. And he shouldn't actually do anything to my weapons or armor because I don't have the item that I'm looking for. You're damaging me. Do you have any false teeth? I do not. Alright, so nothing changed. I just need to go and actually add false teeth to the game world. Item is going to be false teeth. I'm going to pick this up. Great, I found my false teeth. You there, have some experience. Again, I'm damaging you. Again, I do have false teeth. And my current weapon is false teeth. That's hilarious. Alright. I think this is satisfactory. I haven't done, like, extensive testing on the system or anything, but since it's not a complicated system, it's basically, this is as close to regular plain English as my code is going to ever get. I don't even feel like testing the armor because I've already, that was just a copy and paste job. What next? I think I said removing weapons or removing de-equipping items. Alright, I'll do that. So, let's see, let's go back here. And I guess if you do have the false teeth, the character should say you're equipping them. True, SCR, talk, and the argument is going to be, how about you equip them? And then we're going to I want to like wait a second. Let's wait a second and then dequip them. Yeah, alright. ds list add list args scr wait and 1 second. Should dequip item just be able to dequip whatever you're currently holding, or should it dequip a specific item if you're wearing it? I'm just gonna say dequip weapon, and it's gonna dequip whatever you're wearing. Alright, ds list add l args scr dequip weapon, and it's going to not take any arguments. It doesn't need any arguments. Alright, so next I just need to create the dequip script, and that's going to be equip weapon. Instead, dequip weapon. Alright, and it's just gonna take, oh, it should take the character as the argument, that's right. So it will take an argument. And this can be classes god, classes.chase. And we're just gonna say dequip weapon. And it's not going to take the second argument because there isn't any. And dequip weapon can be a copy of equip weapon minus the new. And I can get rid of that help line because I don't need it. And remove item. No, I want to say add item. Character.weapon. And the quantity is 1. I don't need the character can equip weapon anymore because we're going to do it regardless. And then character.weapon is going to be set to items dot none. Alright, that is dequip weapon handled. I'm a little less confident about this working the way I want it to. I'm going to copy it anyway. Oh, the other thing I wanted to look at back... We're going to make this dequip armor. Again, armor. That doesn't make any sense. The other thing I wanted to look at was that the item successfully gets removed from your inventory when you equip it. Alright. Add item, more character.armor is going to be none. I'm going to deal with that in a minute. Alright, script dequip weapon, script dequip armor, dequip armor, and I believe I just need to change the names of a few things in here in order for it to work correctly. Okay. Now, with this said, I should probably make the equip and dequip scripts different. Different cutscenes. Let's make them different cutscenes. For that matter, I should probably make this test part of a different cutscene as well. Alright, so I'm just going to be writing a couple cutscene scripts here. Const cutscene, firstly. Test equip and test dequip. Alright. I'm going to go and copy a few things. Where is the one I just created? Copy this. In between the lock set. Instead, we can assign the variable. You can check to see if you have the item. And you can equip the false teeth. And this can be test, what was it, test equip, I think. And I'm just going to clone this and say test dequip, unequip. And let's see, how about you put down your weapon, how about? This should probably be, if this was actually going to go in the game, this should probably be wrapped around to check to see if you actually have anything equipped. But since I don't feel like going into anything that complicated, I won't. SCR dequip weapon, and we're going to say that for chase, and we can get rid of these two lines because I don't need them anymore. And let's see, down here somewhere, test chests. All right, that's for treasure chest, I think. Test equip and test dequip. Again, test equip and test dequip. And I need to properly assign those to both the game cutscene and game cutscene names. Again, I probably should have just attached the name to the like the list. Oh, I can't because that's just a DS list and not an object. Okay, I knew that. Now, const cutscene test. This is the last time I swear. Equip test equip. I said, and this is going to be the same thing, but with a D in there. All right. So first, I'm going to need to clear the compile cache again. Great, I keep forgetting to do that. Delete. Alright, so here I have an NPC for equipping item, which I don't have. Do I have any false teeth? I do not. I put down my weapon, and did it give me an instance of none? Okay, good, because you can't give anybody an instance of none. We have false teeth now, so if I were to go into the weapons pocket, I have false teeth. Great. And I'm going to talk to you. Do you have any false teeth? How about you equip them? I have equipped my false teeth. They're no longer in my inventory, which is good because that would be a little weird. Although I guess Skyrim items that you equip are remaining in your inventory, but whatever. You! Put down my weapon. Or put down my teeth, which is a little bit odd. But, alright, great, they're back in my inventory. I think this video actually felt really productive. I think I'm going to end this off here. In the next part, I kind of want to go on a quest. And by that I mean program quests, or at least like quest stages that the game can reference to see where you are in it. But we'll see. We'll see what I'm feeling like doing tomorrow or whenever I decide to record this next. My name is Dragonite. I hope you all enjoyed that. There can be a download to this found in the description of this video. One of these days I'll get through that statement without tripping over my own tongue. And I will see you all later.